All right. Good afternoon, folks. This is Dale Jenkins, and I am with a couple of old friends right now. Victor Lay, down at the bottom of your screen, our city administrator here in Spring Hill. And also here with Rick Brown, who is the mayor of our fine city. Good to see both of you today.
You too.
Thanks, Dale. Glad to be here.
Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time. I know both of you are extremely busy, and I know, Victor, you're involved in a move today, I think. So.
That's right. You know, the COVID-19 has shut down all the colleges, so I am moving Tori back from Martin.
All right. Martin has great cell service, so I'm sure that makes it real easy.
4 bars, man. 4 bars.
All right. I won't make fun of your phone either. So, Victor, I have known Mayor Graham longer than you have and longer than I've known you.
That's what I understand. He's told me stories.
Yeah.
He worked in Nashville when I was the minister at the Granny White congregation, and I got to know him a little bit then, and was excited when he decided to run for mayor here in Spring Hill, and I was glad that you were elected, and you've done
Thank you.
a successful job for us, Mayor Graham.
No, thank you so much.
So we just spend a few minutes visiting together this afternoon and sharing a little bit of time together. First of all, I want to thank both of you for your service, and I really want to thank the community of servants in Spring Hill who serve under y'all and through y'all, and the service that they provide us has been, so far from everything that I have seen, especially in these last few weeks, exceptional. Thank y'all for what you're doing.
Well, we really appreciate that. The servants that exist with the city, I think, are second to none. Everyone is out doing their best to stay safe, but also as an essential service, according to Governor Lee's executive orders. You know, it's our mandate to make sure that we're open, but doing it safely.
So how's y'all's work schedule, workflow changed, Mayor Graham?
Well, being a part-time mayor, you know, I'm working from home more, as you can see, and so 5 weeks now. I have not been out of Spring Hill in 5 weeks, so that's and my work has actually been busier with my real job, and so with the city, you know, I depend on Victor and the staff and all, and there's a few times I have to run over to City Hall to sign something or like that, but we've managed to keep our social distance and do the things that we're supposed to be doing.
And Victor, I know that there's had to be some social distancing changes at City Hall itself.
Yeah, we have in all of our departments, but especially at City Hall, because it's pretty tight quarters otherwise. What we've done is we've run into shifts, or we've made shifts out of the employees, so that about once every 3 days, about a third of the employees come in to City Hall, and we've worked it out to where the other 2 days they can work remotely from home. And so it's actually worked out pretty well. We've actually discovered that we can be productive in other places. So that's maybe a good thing.
It's going to be interesting when all this shakes out to see the number of things that we've learned that we thought had to be done a certain way that are, you know, in a certain way that just didn't have to be done that way.
Yeah, next time I think, you know, we've gone through like 58 steps. Next time we'll probably go from 1 to 58, you know. It'll be quicker, you bet, next time this happens.
Yeah, and I know there's been a lot of you know, talk on social media. Some people saying, you know, the city didn't do this, the city didn't do that. Obviously, there's some things that maybe you might have wished to have done, but legally either are not allowed to be done, or that technically can't be done.
That's so true.
So
well, I think what you've said there is true, and a lot of people don't understand that. You know, we spent quite a bit of time talking about, you know, number one, what is our legal obligation? What are the things that we have to be doing, and what actions do we have to be taking? And then looking at what are the discretionary actions and really looking and trying to decide if those were our call to make or if they were somebody else's call to make. And we had considerable discussion with our legal team to understand those things.
Exactly.
So what has happened big? Go ahead.
I was just going to share that, all the city charters are different.
Yeah.
And because I got questioned a lot, well, why is Franklin doing this and you're not? And why is Columbia doing this? And so our charters are different. And so that makes our mandates different. And then, of course, a lot of it's interpretation too, how we interpret, what our charter indicates our powers.
Yeah, I thought you probably shut down the borders or something.
Yeah.
That'd be complicated, wouldn't it? I think Kentucky tried to do that. It didn't work real for them.
Yeah.
So just what big has happened the last several weeks that folks that maybe even y'all have announced or talked about that folks might have missed?
Yeah.
Big things. Let's see.
You know me, Victor. I'm looking for a scoop here.
You got to have a scoop. Wow. Wow. Big things.
You want to talk about the roads, maybe moving up in schedule completion?
Well, I mean that obviously is is our biggest thing that's going on is the different road projects that we have. We have the obviously the interchange project, and I guess we've not necessarily made any announcements associated with it, but there's been quite a bit of progress made on that to the point that right now the interchange project is out for bid. So we've been going through for a year now. We've been going through all of the initial paperwork, trying to get all of the initial studies done. Those were completed in January. We then moved right into what's called a request for qualifications, and that list of companies that submitted for that was narrowed. And TDOT has now sent that list or those narrowed companies the entire project, and we're waiting to hear back a bid quote on those, which probably will happen sometime around July, I think, June or July. And that'll be the next big decision point. Meanwhile, at the intersection of Buckner, which is the key intersection for that entire project, we actually now have 3 engineering companies working on that intersection. We have a company working on the north leg that the developer is responsible entirely for the north leg. We have obviously our engineering company that's doing the interchange design working on the east leg, and we have a separate engineering company working on the south leg that's part of all the Buckner Lane widening. And we are in the process of working out an agreement for a feasibility study with yet a 4th engineering company to work on the west leg that will look at us transitioning down to the 2-lane Buckner Road as we get this project done. But of course, ultimately, Buckner Road gets widened all the way out to Highway 31. But that's going to be a little bit before that happens.
Phase 2 or 3. Yeah.
Right.
And of course, no doubt, some things have slowed down that we had hoped maybe would be faster. I'm sure that's been the case.
It has been the case. I guess one of the things that may have slowed down is a little bit is our transaction with the Northfield building. I don't know that it has slowed down, but because of the entertainment industry taking such a hit, where the company was looking at trying to speed it up, I don't think that they're going to be able to speed that up now. So it'll track at the same progress that it was supposed to originally.
So, Mayor Graham, I pose this one to you. What are some of the things that churches can do to most help our city right now? Some of the things you might recommend.
Well, that's an excellent question. And probably do the same as I'm doing. And why I'm putting on weight is, my wife and I have been rotating different restaurants and doing either the curbside or the drive-through or even the delivery. and to the home, to right straight to our house. So keeping them, with some kind of business, they're going to lose some volume, obviously, but at least this may keep them afloat, and because our Spring Hill businesses are really suffering, they're really hurting, and the non-essential ones that are not open, they still got bills to pay, and employees, and of course the stimulus stuff may help from the government, but it's not going to pay all of it, and I'm really anxious and looking forward to sometime in the future of getting them all back open. And I'm praying that a lot of them are able to keep their doors open after all this is over. But really helping out our local businesses, the Well, they depend on all of us to help others. So anything we can do with the Well, blood, I've been told that donating blood is a big thing right now too. And so all of those things are probably are just the most important right now. And I tell people, continue to be Spring Hill. If you do have to go out and make one of those essential runs, wave at people, be nice to people, be typical Spring Hill, keep your distance, but we can still be the friendly city we are.
Victor, you want to add anything to that?
Actually, yeah, I do want to add something to it, and I think it's more intrinsic than all of those things. All of those things are what we should be doing, especially trying to take care of others and what all. But one of the things that I've noticed that I think that I've tried to do is start trying to call some of the people that may otherwise not have family close by, or might be older and just not have access or be able to get out or don't want to get out, and just call them and check on them. And as a Spring Hillians, and especially as our churches, to be able to just identify folks in the community that maybe you saw the widow at church, and she's kind of out of sight, out of mind, but give her a call, or give him a call, or just reach out and call your next door neighbor, or see them in the yard and just check on them and make sure that everybody's okay.
Very good. Of course, some of us are doctors, and we aren't high level government officials in the sense that we're going to make those calls, but the two of you may have some insight that others don't, or you can share with others. When there's a big talk, when we're going to open things up, all that. I know you don't know the answer to that necessarily, but when things start opening up, what will that? Do y'all have any idea or heard anything what that might end up looking like?
Well, Victor and I sit in. We have several calls every week with our counties, both of the counties, and also some with our state leaders. And for what we've been told so far is that when they start moving toward this rolling in process, or steps, I think the governor called it, be done in steps. So his team, he created a new team with Mark Ezell leading it to create this plan that'll probably start. Well, I ain't gonna say probably start. It definitely will not start in April, but when maybe in May, this phasing can begin. I sure hope so. So we can get these businesses back up functioning again. And I think that's going to happen with still maintaining our social distances, and following the CDC rules. So it's not going to be a carte blanche, everybody go out and do what you did before type situation. But I believe we can get a lot more of our businesses up and running through these steps they're planning.
I would agree with that. I think that as the mayor indicated, when things get going, it's going to come in steps. And I think that's going to be really imperative upon us to abide by the rules, because we're all are going to want to get out and go and do and see and hug and reach out, and it's probably going to be progressive, and so we just need to be mindful of that and wade into it and not jump in with both feet head over heels.
Well,
Indeed.
all right. Anything y'all want to add? I'll start wrapping this up.
I just appreciate you giving us a call and give us an opportunity to talk about things going on here at Spring Hill. I think, and I'm just going to kind of plug Rick. I think he's done a very good job and shown some really good leadership. I know on the phone calls that we've had with all the Williamson County mayors, including the county mayor, when Rick speaks, they'll listen to him. And I think quite honestly, I think what it has shown is that all of the cities are trying to be in tune and work with all the other cities, even when we have difference of opinions.
Exactly. Thank you.
Well, thank y'all for your service. Spring Hill
Thank
is
you.
a great place to live. I've been here about 15 years now, and I love the city and thankful for it and our leadership and all. And I know our leaders try to do a great job. People don't understand leadership oftentimes. Leaders never make decisions thinking this is going to be a really bad decision.
Yeah.
Sometimes we make decisions we think are going to be good that don't work out, but we don't make them thinking this will be when I do this, it's going to mess everything up good. I'm so excited. You have to keep trying to do your best and everything. You mentioned the well. I'd mentioned the pantry at Spring Meadows as well. The well is more of an interdenominational thing at community, more inner city. We run the pantry at Spring Meadows.
Great.
You end up getting to serve a lot of people through it as well. But thank you again. Thanks for the time today. Hope we all do well. And if we can help at any time, let us know.
No, thank you. Thanks for doing this.
Be good.